Good morning. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How's everybody? Okay, so good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We have just 30 minutes left in the morning before it's over. Um, Happy Sunday. I am, let me tell you, how am I feeling? I feel kind of, this Leo full moon, that is 3 days gone now. We're not even really still in the energy of it any longer. That energy was rigorous to me. I just found it to be very um hi Tony, how are you? I find it to be very I find the Leo energy to be I found the Leo energy to be confronting. That's the word I want to say. Confronting is what it felt like. And the thing that's really significant about this Leo energy is that it's about romance and love and how we move through our heart spaces. And one of the things that I'm so aware of for myself is that we have been indoctrinated in ways around romance that are contracted and that don't really have anything to do with what love really is. Like love is not controlling and it's not ownership. Um, it's not all of these things that we think it is, right? Like I was just reading this post and it's a of a couple and they are the couple there's like they're sitting on a mountain's edge and you can see the whole mountain and then the woman is standing behind him and she's over him and she's like he's looking out and she's behind him and it's beautiful and then the caption reads, so who is Jasmine? Right, like so she's gonna like he's in this vulnerable place and she's asking who is Jasmine while he's vulnerable and she's going to push him off because she read his text messages or something like that, right? And just this idea of where we hold ourselves back from our ability to transmute energies of jealousy and ownership and control. Like our loving relationships actually bring those things up for us so that we can transmute it, not so that we can hold somebody prisoner, not so that we can make people wrong, not so that we can hold people to ideas of right and wrong and ownership and love and romance. We actually we use relationships to heal ourselves, not to create prison systems. Like, that's what the so one of the things that I have been able to do in my experiences of love and relating, and it's not been easy, is really dive into the places where I'm triggered, right? So if I'm experiencing someone not being available in the way that I desire them to be available, I get to ask myself, where am I not being available to myself? Where am I expecting someone to do for me what I can only do for myself? And a lot of these patterns are sourced in our childhood because many of us, most of us, didn't get the love that we truly desire from our mothers and fathers. Why? Because we are in an age where we're in the dark ages, where we have been confounded we have been in the confines of these Western white European notions of love, which is just this me and you, me and you. But if you go to indigenous communities where communities and families are together, love is not this navel picking thing that's like, you do this and it makes me feel this way. And when you don't do this, I need you to change your behavior to make me feel better. That is not love. That is control. That is manipulation. That is some form of ownership. And that is not what love is. And so, as we have come out of this Leo full moon, it's really looking at the places where we have blocks to love, where we are actually not loving ourselves and understanding that the people in our lives are mirrors of how we are loving ourselves or how we can love ourselves better. The people in our lives are showing us ways that we can love ourselves better or ways that we can celebrate. And it's all gratitude. It's all like, I'm so grateful that this person is showing me where I'm jealous. I'm so grateful that this person is showing me where I have low self esteem. I'm so grateful that this person is showing me where I'm contracted. I'm so grateful that this person is showing me where I can expand more into the understanding of my it's really about our own relationship to ourselves. It's never fucking about the other person. It really isn't. They're always only showing us where we can love ourselves more. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and they were saying like how much they really want to be able to love someone and make that person feel loved. And I said to him, well, do you feel that love? You can't give somebody some love that you haven't actually cultivated inside of yourself. We've got to really we've got to fill our own tanks up first so that we aren't needing somebody to be something for us that we are not being for ourselves. And until we understand this, we're going to continue to look for people to do something for us that and it never fucking works. It'll never, ever, ever work. You will always come back to the same place because no one can love you the way that you want to be loved if you are not loving yourself that way. The only person that can love you the way that you want to be loved, if you're not, is your mama. And if she didn't do it for you between 0 to 7, you're still looking for it from somewhere else. If you didn't get loved by your mama the way you deeply desire at your soul level, and most of us did not, because most of our mothers were so conditioned into the system that they themselves didn't have the love that they needed to then be able to give to you to make you feel loved. So most of us are still functioning in some trauma around love, where we are seeking love outside of ourselves. I hear women doing it all the time. I fucking women, I want to feel love. I want the passion. All that stuff is you. And when I had to really get clear about myself so that I could understand. And what I realized was that the feelings of love, like, because love comes with this feeling, right? And it's hot and passionate, and it's juicy. It's like and it makes your heart and your body right, like it does all that stuff to you, and all that is just energy. All that is energy that is seeking to implant itself into something in somebody that will make you feel loved, right? And when I started sitting with that energy, I literally just started sitting with that energy, and it would throb in my root chakra. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, that throbbing that goes on in your root chakra. Another word for it is your pussy. Right, throbbing, and your solar plexus yearning and burning, and you feel like you just want that person so much. That's you wanting yourself. That is your power. That is your energy. It really doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. The other person just tapped into it, and it swells, right? And when you can come to yourself and realize, this is my power, this is my energy, this doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. So I used to sit with it and just be with, this is my power, this is my energy, what is it? And one day I heard spirit say to me, my spirit say to me, no one is going to be able to meet you here. This is between you and God. This is your creative power. There is not one person that's going to be able to meet you in this place continuously, consistently, over a long period of time, because this is your energy between you and God. People can come in and have experiences with you. They might even live with you, or right, but it changes because it's your internal energy, and no one can live in that place with you. That is between you and the divine. But we want so badly for somebody, a physical being, to be able to hold. They can do it for 2 hours, right? In a lovemaking experience, or 3 hours, or a long weekend. But even if you're in love with somebody that you're living with, that you're married to, you know it ebbs and flows. It does not stay in that high velocity frequency energy that is highly creative and highly desirable and highly, heart opening. That is something that ebbs and flows. It comes and goes. It's not, and it's in you. And the longer you cultivate it inside of yourself, the longer you can cultivate it in external experiences. But it is a self thing. This is not something that you can get from anyone else. This is inside of you, inside of your divine connection to your source energy. And so to expect other people to live into this with us on a daily basis for 20 years, and to not, because they need to be cultivating their own energy. If they are in space with you in your face, then how are they cultivating their own? If you understand what I'm saying, like, we have to go apart from one another, cultivate the fire, the passion, and then come and share it. But it's not something that you actually get from another person. It's something that is inside of your own understanding of your own connection to yourself, your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit, your desires, your passion, your love, right? And to me, I feel like as women, so often we project that onto a partner or to children. But if you project it into yourself, what is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you love? What is it that gives you fire? What is it that gives you purpose? What is it that gives you heart? What is it that opens your heart? What is it that makes your pussy throb? What is it that turns you on? It really is you. It really don't have shit to do with nobody else. But we want it to, because we don't trust ourselves enough. We don't love ourselves enough. We don't think ourselves enough, so we have to bring somebody else into it. This shit don't have nothing to do with nobody else. But it's a universal energy, that heart energy. And if you cultivate yours, and really live into it, then you have it all the time. And when people come in and experience it with you, it feels good. And when they go, you still have it and it still feels good. You don't have to rely upon them to cultivate that for you. I learned that from a partner of mine many years ago. It was really a beautiful thing that he really taught me. He was like, okay, so when we come together, we're going to come together. And then afterwards, don't do your best not to think about me. Don't call me. Don't do, and then just feel the energy that's there, that's swelling, that's right. And literally know that's in your body. That don't have nothing to do with me. I just tapped into it. I just laid down with you. We made a connection that created a battery, and now that power is inside of you. But it's going to be there with you even when I'm gone, right? It's yours. So that is the power of this, what love is. It's in your body. It's yours. That is right. So today we are honoring the sun, and the sun is in Pisces. The sun has finally moved to Pisces. So Pisces is where things come to end, where things come to complete. So literally, I want to encourage all of you to register for this moon cycle, because this is the moon cycle where we get to cultivate our imagination and the things that we want to come into existence. So the moon cycle, the energy for the moon cycle starts on the 23rd. The new cycle starts on the 23rd. The investment is $111 for the month. And for that month, for this month, I will do all of the rituals with you for the Virgo full moon and the Pisces new moon energy. And this energy is very significant because it is the energy from the heavenly realm. What is the heavenly realm? The heavenly realm is your imagination. Now, many of us make our imaginations hell. Many of us are imagining the worst. We're imagining what we don't want to come into existence. And guess what? Then those things come into existence. But so this month, I want you to come in and join the moon work, and we're going to be doing the work cultivating the imagination so that we can learn how to use our imagination so that things that we want, that we desire to come into this earthly realm, can come into this earthly realm. And it's important that we understand that Pisces is the subconscious. It's our heritage. It's also like a family energy. And it's literally what are the things that come through your family psyche, through your family structures that come through the invisible? What are the things that you inherited from your family that are invisible and unseen that you're going to be cultivating and bringing into the 3D reality so that you can then actually begin to live into your gifts and talents, live into the things that you are capable of, your intuition, your clairvoyance, your ability to hear the unseen, your ability to speak, your connection to nature. All of those things are invisible things, subconscious things that we then want to cultivate and bring into our 3D experience, our 3D reality. So the sun today is at the second degree of Pisces, and the second degree is the degree of purity. And it's really important that we understand that it's like we just don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't give ourselves the opportunity to recognize that we are pure, that to really understand that the things that you desire, like sometimes we connect our desires to like money or some idea of scarcity, but it's important to understand that the things that you desire are there because they are planted in your soul. Your desires are pure. Your desire for love is pure. Your desire for connection is pure. Your desire for abundance is pure. Your desire for expansion and health and wholeness and community, these things are pure and they are in you. You were born with these desires. And we contaminate them with like, well, I can have that if I have more of this. Like if I had more money, this would be better. If I lose weight, then I can have this. If I No, whatever you desire, it's just in and of itself. It doesn't have anything connected to it. It's just a pure desire because God put your desire in you. The reason you desire it is so that your soul can do the evolutionary work to realize it. There's nothing attached to your desires. They are pure. They are anchored in you from your soul's connection. And so what we want to realize that we want to free ourselves from all these stories that we tell ourselves. All these stories that we're telling ourselves that, when I have this, I'll be happy when I have a loving relationship. No, you desire happiness now. You don't need a loving relationship to have with another person. You need a loving relationship with yourself to have the desires, right? You don't need more money to be happy. You need happiness now, and that will give you an experience of more abundance. So it's really about understanding how to reframe these experiences. And Pisces is the energy of the subconscious. It's the energy of the collective, right? So what is it that you are desiring for the world? What do you desire for the world? And how can you be the fulfillment of that, right? So for me, I desire for the world to begin to live our lives from the inside out. And that's why I do it every day. And that's why I come here and share. How do you live your life from the inside out? How do you understand that whatever you desire is already within you? You don't need to go outside of you to source it. How do you understand that you are pure right now? You were born pure, and I don't care what you have done. I don't care if you have murdered. I don't care if you have stolen. You are still pure. Why? Because you were made in the image and likeness of God, and you are here to have experience. It's so important that we understand this system, and we are here to have experiences. Now, what's going on in our world right now for some of us is that we're living in this world that's caught up in isms, racism, sexism, classism, all that sort of stuff. So, those are the experiences we're having right now. But as we begin to clear ourselves of the separation and understand that God is in the details of it, that in the details of the suffering is the divine, in the details of the separation is the divine. We cannot separate ourselves from the creator. No matter what's happening, we cannot ever be separate from the creator. So when we understand that, we bring forth the mindset of purity so that we can allow ourselves to be with the experience. And when we get it for ourselves, in Pisces, when we get it for ourselves, we get it for everyone. What you heal inside of yourself, you heal 7 generations forward and 7 generations back. That's the power of Pisces. Understanding that we are having a collective experience together. The moon today is in Libra. Libra is about partnership. It's about the way we come into, and the question is, are you confident? You want to come into this reality confident, assured, self-loved, self-connected, right? Aligned in yourself, and then coming into it, not needing anybody to be different, then not needing anyone to make any adjustments for you to be yourself, and loving yourself enough so that you already feel filled up, so that you can bring what is within you into this external reality. We're not here to get anything, we're here to give something. So with the moon in Libra, what are you giving today? What are you bringing into your environment? What are you offering? And in the offering, there's always an exchange. Reciprocity is the part of it, right? So in the offering, in your giving, you will receive. But when we are coming into something from taking means that you believe that you don't have. So then that creates scarcity. So you don't want to come trying to get anything. You want to come giving, right? And when you come from the mindset that you're giving, you have the mindset of giving is the mindset of abundance, which then creates reciprocity. All right, y'all. I'm excited to see all of you guys who are going to join the I have about 23 more spaces in the two people joined yesterday. I have 23 more spaces in the 13 moons. You can join in my link tree. That's the only class I have running right now. So that class starts on the 23rd. We're going to be working with anchoring heaven. Heaven is an internal state of being. Heaven is an internal state of consciousness, and we're going to be anchoring heaven into the earth realm. So what are we doing? We're bringing your imagination, the world that you imagine inside into the external world. Now, here's the thing you got to understand. It's coming anyway. No matter what, because we're in Pisces, your internal world is coming into the external no matter what. Now, if you allow yourself to be intentional about it, then you can have say in what that looks like. So for those of you who are joining, thank you in advance for joining. We're going to have a really great time in this class. You're going to we'll have a community. We'll do the rituals every day that go with the 8 phases, the 9 phases of the moon. We will have a new moon meditation, a full moon meditation, a conversation around how the energies are working with you. So we'll have 3 live events, and we have the community there where I'm there and we're all there together doing the ritual work together. This is life-changing work because it aligns you to the moon cycles, and that is the power of bringing your internal world to your external world. So I'm excited to see all of you who are going to be joining, and I just love you all so very much. All right, have a beautiful day. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.